Flying with 22 of the best drivers in the world. In 2026, will it be Russell? 1 year ago. It's attacking laps, and it's one of the ultimate tests on Earth. 26. The last 4 winners in a here, but he is on the back foot. They'll lead him we go to take you to the pit like this one. Round 3. Core temperature is 32 degrees. The air temperature is former Renault Formula 1 driver. A man who...
Two of the best drivers in the world, but also one of the best circuits where you just have to feel it out. There's all just on feel and confidence through the middle part as well. Degners, the final chicane. Can you get it stopped? Can you? It's a real thrill driving around here. As you can see, clear skies.
But was top of the timing page. Mercedes are second ahead of the championship leader. That's George Russell. Is Charles Leclerc 1 point ahead of Lando Norris. Has lost. Try to retain the title. Max Verstappen, not minor tweaks, fundamentals.
On the pecking order, Max takes the different style of racing and there to pull out of the bag when we get in China was difficult. The bipods slope down more enough with what they're doing, but they're still suffering. Have been going on in the last couple of hours to be struggling to make it into Q3. There's drivers looking to pit maybe the red
flying hour, and it's underway with a green light at the end. A special race for Honda on collaborators together. Plenty of crowd is that there is support for
on an outlap, and one of the best attended on the calendar. You can see up on the for quite a treat coming up. Confident of making it through. They'd go out right on the green if they're really quick and throw everything at this. The 2 Haas cars, Ocon and Behrman, out there as well. Martins, the Cadillacs, and the Williams.
Beautiful sound through there. A reminder for you, see, that's the change to the rules for grid, which is Cadillac. They're about 3 seconds off the pace.
Slow run to the line, out of the final corner. Not the easiest for deployment around Hector, as you are just blending through the... You get to this moment, and now we're starting to ride in the curbs. Very easy to split the car. Little hint of a lock-up for Lawson. This is the key areas now where you're stretching your legs towards Spoon. But he's having to harvest an active aero in place, so the rear wing opens towards the final chicane. Traction, but it's neat enough for Liam Lawson.
Scrape the paint off the wall. Push to Suzuka, and he's on the first. It's gone over the line, 2.7 seconds away, all the way back to Silverstone. Certainly been the lead Aston Martin.
It was 2 years of out-qualifying Lance Stroll.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
2 traffic, you might have something go wrong yet back in between the 2 Aston Martins as well. For almost the only time there we go, now we launch it with Oscar as Oscar blends out. It does a buzz now through turn 3 quickly as the MG UK kicks in, and we head towards
by a mile. Not sedate on the exit of the sector, hoping tomorrow to start his first Grand. Was not able to take the starting grid. The issues because of the loss of track time for the session up against the Mercs yesterday. Esteban Ocon.
Yeah, McLaren hoping to start of the race tomorrow. And once again, Piastri comes through and into the lower reach of the 29 down. We mentioned before, catching up on problems as well through the weekend. And
McLaren's Hamilton wearing a white crash Formula 1 career. Charles Leclerc 0.3 of a second ahead of Piastri, Hamilton, Norris, then both Mercedes pair. And our most recent World Championship history last time out in China.
The first corner, and he picks a downshift through there, hustling through a little bit more on the Ferrari. That car is still very quick through the corners, but missing the back of this car and Piastri's McLaren. The inside and sweep around towards Spoon, another car in front.
Kimi Antonelli with the driver who's currently in 16th place. Not a great and made Q3 here, and so far by 400 into the triangle chicane at that Mercedes, and he comes across.
Particularly happy with the brakes on that opening lap in Q1, and the field's done a great job. The 2 Red Bulls up in 6th and 8th, both picture in picture on another flying lap. He's got a bit more in the locker to between the apexes of the chicane for Norris.
So far this weekend, it's an Ozzy, Leclerc, Piastri, Norris, and now 5th Audi visit to Suzuka.
Yeah, something that feels really odd, but then...
So Russell, rear grip, in these sort of corners here, are exactly, because I've been on the radio saying, okay, we'll have a look at Kernor. They've lost the sweet spot of the car in the last run of this Q1
of the racetrack. He's up on Kimi Antonelli in 2018, looking to avoid the back teammate Sergio Perez as it stands in the first part of the race.
And they've nudged that time down even more. Out, but you can see no personal best out of that first curve, and generally not taking as much. Doesn't slow him down too much though. Still quick through that final.
It all adds up to a spectacular qualifying in the drop zone. Alex Albon ahead of Fernando Alonso.
So Leclerc's done his best last. So Mercedes, Russell's come through the pits and has gone out again. On. Will he be at the bottom? Alex Albon very close to perfect lap. They can get through it. This is the closest it's been so far in qualifying.
Circuit that runs to 18 corners. A year ago, one of his very best efforts.
It's the sort of circuit a driver can threading it through the S's at the start of the lap, king on the limit of oversteer is just hairpin in the middle. It's so easy to lock up, run wide, and missing your exit, or worse, spinning like last year. And 4. Dunlop.
Any fast hands through that part through there. Verstappen making
some punchy inputs to trying straight to throttle in between with Oscar there earlier on. Max, as I said, and he's on the same set of tyres as is.
On outlaps, Verstappen going early, but he does not have an improvement in the sign. He's ahead of the Audi of Nico Hulkline. He does not improve hundredths of a second behind. We will see whether Alex
was bigging up his near 2-year reign over long. They're having such a bad weekend in terms of Cadillacs have got a second to make to a Williams as well. We go then, Albon on a final lap of Q1. That'd be a real coup for a team struggling. Personal best coming in everywhere.
Improvement for Esteban Ocon. They all require next part of qualifying. On one occasion, that equal laps, Williams have failed to progress to give himself an opportunity. He's P3.
Gets back ahead of the Williams. It's going to be
Albon does improve, but plenty still on push laps behind. Lawson,
having been a hero for the first 2 weekends of the year, also gets ahead of Stroll.
Collar Pickett, P6 for Hulkenberg.
The Albon at the bottom of the field. No Perez as well to look out for Cadillac Prix.
Piastri going very quickly in the middle from returning to the points, has made it through. Alonso getting ahead of Stroll to pressure lap, and Alex Albon into the second part of qualifying. The first part of qualifying.
Con 14th. Just thought he'd have a little bit more pace. Haas obviously not.
Esteban Ocon with a 1:30.9. Alonso and Stroll the 6 to 4. Oscar Piastri and Lewis Hamilton ahead of Norris and Verstappen, and making it work. Not much between the Williams pair, 10th of a second between makes it through into Q2 for the first time in his form. April break, the unexpected.